the facts and spicy side.
From breaking headlines to backroom whispers.
Also hot and fresh. Happy Hump Day. I'm Monique Tuzon-Basi.
I'm Ferdi Salvador. We are super glad to have you with us.
I'm Mai Rodriguez, and this is The Daily Dish.
And I'm Chal Lontoc. Join us for the next hour and a half for the news, features, stories that matter to you. Welcome back, Mo.
Thank you so much.
Since Mo arrived...
Of course, there's food.
Tell us
Yes.
about your trip.
No,
Okay,
wait.
First,
Since Mo arrived, what happened was... we had a wish because we went to Cebu, right?
The
So
Plantation
the
Bay.
fabled kare-kare from Plantation Bay. We were requesting, we were jonesing. So guess what,
This
guys?
one.
It
show
appeared
them.
right in front of our eyes in a can version.
They canned it.
Oh
So
my God.
now you can actually buy the Plantation Bay beef shank
And
kare-kare.
you can buy that at any
because
grocery
we
store.
requested.
You can?
Yeah, any grocery
So
store.
this is the sauce that you guys were talking
Yes.
about
Yes.
as well.
Ang lakas pala natin, Ferdi.
Ang galing.
Yes. But we'll talk about it later when we after the show.
This is mine.
But anyway, we're super happy, and of course, yesterday.
All right, but I hope you guys looked up in the sky last night because the blood moon was, well, it graced us with its presence. It's a total lunar eclipse. It's so rare because the next one we're gonna have is on December 31, 2028, coinciding with the New Year of 2029.
Oh, I missed the blood moon.
I saw it
I
last
didn't
night.
see
I
it.
took a photo as well. It maybe stayed for like an hour. It was quite cloudy, but I have a photo on my Instagram IG stories.
It lasted for about an hour.
Yeah.
The peak was 7:34 p.m. and it
Yeah,
lasted
we
for about an
didn't,
hour.
we didn't see it.
I'll add to that,
all over
Mai.
our feeds,
I'll make
yes.
it extra fun. It's also, of course, Mercury retrograde.
Yes,
Just
I've
to
been
make it
reading
extra
about
fun for
that.
everyone. So yeah, it's gonna be up until March 20.
Oh, no, Mercury's
so you
in
guys,
retrograde.
is it a watch out? Not really. Just be more aware. I think you were saying, Ferds, today's not a good day to
Yeah.
be signing contracts.
No huge
No,
transactions.
I wasn't going to share that because some people don't believe in it.
Oh
so-
well, I do. So those things, just be
for
wary.
me, for my
No
side,
big decisions.
no big decisions, no signing contracts today. Dow.
Noted.
There's
No.
actually also a blood moon ritual. For those who believe
She's like
in
a
these
resident
things.
astrologer.
No, because I've been reading about the cleansing because
Yes.
it's the lunar eclipse.
Like writing down things that you want to let
Yes.
go of, and then tearing that piece of paper, burning it up.
Yeah.
That's what I know.
Things you have to let go of them. And then it's supposed to bring in or welcome new energy and new opportunities.
Oh, if I have any questions, I will ask Mai and Chal. They know
Correct.
a lot. I was like, wow, I learned a lot from both of y'all today.
It's
So-
all over my feed.
And guess what? We have good vibes today.
Oh, this is my favorite.
This is
Tell
my
us,
favorite
Ferdi.
too
Cute.
because I found this really cool, cute little horse called Trinket. She's a
Let's
mini.
show Trinket.
And she's gone viral because she has different outfits every day. And I don't know, folks, I'm really weird
Yes.
because I always like watch like mini cows, mini horses.
The mini animals are
My
cute,
Little
the cutest.
Pony.
Super, no, but I
All
love
mini
them.
animals.
So I told my daughter, Karine, I bought us a mini cow, and she freaked out. She was like, where are we gonna put the cow? I was like, beside you.
But this one is actually calendar
Yeah.
dates to it
Yeah.
each month.
She's bringing
So
the
Trinket dresses up.
full fashion on.
I would buy a calendar
Well, it's
with
perfect
full of
because it's
trinket.
Year of the Horse.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yes, after all.
Year
But you
of
know,
trinket.
that's sending good vibes to everybody that's not feeling the good vibes. So that one's for you all.
All
And
right.
of
We
course,
hope we brightened your day because of trinkets.
yeah.
Well, someone looks extra bright today, coming from a
'Cause
beautiful trip.
I'm defrosting now. It was so cold in Japan, but I super enjoyed it. I went with my husband, so I just joined him during his layover, and we had the best time. We literally just ate. I just was there to eat.
Oh, there.
And it was full of soft serve. It was literally like 1.5 degrees
I was asking
Celsius.
about how cold was it?
It was
there?
freezing, but the winds made it super cold.
Wind
So I was-
chill.
Yeah, so as you can see, I was like super bundled up, but I ate a lot of seafood, a lot of soft serve, and a lot of dairy.
Making us
Thanks for
hungry,
making us
Mo.
That's why we ordered food. We're gonna eat
we
dinner
did.
after the show.
I just shut down when she was making kwento. I'm like,
Well, what I want to find out is, did you see any other Pinoys?
There were a lot of Filipinos. There's a lot of Filipinos in Japan.
Right
so
now
it's like
as
the
well.
second Philippines, I feel like, in Japan. You just hear Tagalog, oh, kabayan, kabayan, saan tayo kakain? Especially there's this one ramen place in Ramen Alley. There was a show there. It said, Kabayans welcome here. There was a show that came here. My wife is Filipino. So
wow.
cute.
So cute.
It's so cute. There's like a Filipino flag outside their door. I was like, oh, do they
did
have
you
like...
go inside?
No,
Ay, okay, we
it was after we
Okay, after
ate
that
already.
build-up, did you go
Sorry.
inside?
It was after
Okay.
we ate, but I was like, oh, do they have like adobo ramen or sinigang ramen?
No, but I love that they use kabayan
Cute.
to actually...
Anyway, talking
love
about
Japan.
other kabayans, Mai, we have fantastic guests.
Yes, we have finally the interview with Cebu Governor Pam Baricuatro that's airing today. And also, we're going to have triathlon coach Saul Sibayan because he's in
Qatar.
Qatar.
Yes.
And we're going to find out about the situation there because of what is going on in the Middle East. Stay tuned for those conversations. First, let's have the headlines. In today's top stories, the Philippines and South Korea signed 10 agreements on defense, communications and technology, and education. Vice President Sara Duterte files perjury charges against her alleged bagman, Raul Madriaga. Quezon City Representative Bong Suntay apologizes over his lewd remarks about actress Ann Curtis Smith. His comments has received backlash from lawmakers, government officials, and netizens. Later in the show, we'll have our interview with Cebu Governor Pam Baricuatro on her life as a public servant and triathlon coach Saul Sibayan, who is now in Doha, Qatar, to tell us about the situation there. The Philippines and South Korea signed several agreements on defense, communications technology, and education, among others. Let's get the details from Ivy Reyes. Ivy, go ahead. All right, we just lost Ivy Reyes. We'll get back to her for that report. Meanwhile, Vice President Sara Duterte has filed perjury charges against her self-confessed former aide and alleged bagman, Ramil Madriaga. Madriaga claimed that he received campaign funds from Pogo and drug money. Kumuha tayo ng detalye, nasa linya si Ryan Reloban ng Abante. Ryan, ano pa ang sinabi ni VP Sara kanina?
May personal nga na naghain ng reklamong perjury si Vice President Sara Duterte laban kay Ramil Madriaga, ang nagpakilalang dating aide at umano'y bagman ng pangalawang Pangulo. Si Madriaga ay isang akusado sa kasong kidnapping ng nagpanggap na campaign supporter at mula roon ay biglang lumitaw bilang umano'y testigo sa impeachment case laban kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Nagtungo ngayong umaga si VP Duterte kasama ang kanyang legal counsel na si Attorney Paulo Panelo Jr. at 5 testigo sa Taguig City Prosecutor's Office para isampa ang nasabing reklamo. Kabilang sa mga testigo ay sina dating BPSPG Commander Colonel Raymond Lachica, dating BPSPG Deputy Group Commander Lieutenant Colonel Dennis Nolasco, dating OBP spokesperson Attorney Reynold Munsayak at 2 dating PSG commander. Matapos ang filing, May, saglit na humarap sa media ang Vice Presidente na nakangiti at sinabing si Attorney Panelo na lamang ang sasagot sa mga katanungan. Sa ambush interview, sinabi ni Attorney Panelo na nakasaad sa complaint affidavit na hindi magkakilala si VP Sara at si Madriaga at wala silang personal na relasyon. Iginit din niya sa reklamo na hindi totoo ang mga alegasyon ni Madriaga, kabilang ang kanyang mga pahayag tungkol sa umano'y mga posisyon niya sa PSG, BPSPG, DepEd at OBP. Ibig sabihin nito, sinabi ni Attorney Panelo na walang katotohanan at puro kasinungalingan ng mga paratang ni Madriaga, kabilang ng umano'y pinondahan ng election campaign ni Duterte ng drug dealers at ng Pogo. Hindi rin totoo na si Madriaga ay nag-deliver ng malaking halaga ng pera sa pagitan ng July 2022 at August 2023. Kaya naman dapat anya managot si Madriaga sa kanyang mga kasinungalingan at hindi maaaring hayaang gamitin ang mga imbentong kwento upang linlangin ang publiko.
We are confident that this is more than sufficient to for the prosecutors to find probable cause and to determine that there is reasonable certainty of conviction.
Mai, sa ngayon, nakakulong si Madriaga sa Camp Bagong Diwa sa Taguig City. Back to you, Mai.
Maraming salamat, Ryan Reloban ng Abante. Nag-uulat. Lawmakers stress the seriousness of impeachment hearings as new complaints against Vice President Sara Duterte are discussed. Let's get the latest on the third day of deliberations by the House Justice Committee. Mavic Trinidad from Abante is on the line. Hi, Mavic. Ano ang latest dyan?
Mai, the third day of hearings of the House Committee on Justice opened with a statement from Committee Chairperson Jervil Luistro, who stressed that the proceedings are a serious matter and a constitutional duty of lawmakers. Luistro emphasized that impeachment is not a joke nor a movie, noting that members of Congress are shaping history for the future of the nation. Deliberations also immediately began on the fourth impeachment complaint filed by Attorney Nathaniel Cabrera and endorsed by Representatives Benny Abante and Paulo Ortega. In defending the first ground of their complaint, Abante said the alleged spending of millions of pesos by Vice President Sara Duterte in just 11 days should not be overlooked. Abante added that this allegedly falls under betrayal of public trust, one of the bases for determining whether a complaint is sufficient in substance. Deliberations are ongoing, and if concluded promptly, the committee will vote on whether the third impeachment complaint, which was completed yesterday, and the fourth complaint today meet the standard of sufficiency in substance. If the complaints are deemed to involve impeachable offenses, the respondent, Vice President Sara Duterte, will be given 10 days to submit her answer, while the complainants will have 3 days to file their rejoinder. According to Luistro, the formal impeachment hearings may begin only after the holiday or Holy Week. Mai?
Thank you, Mavic Trinidad, reporting to us from the Batasang Pambansa. Let's go back to Ivy Reyes's report. The Philippines and South Korea signed several agreements on defense, communications technology, and education, among others. Ivy, go ahead.
Yes, President Bongbong Marcos signed 10 agreements with the Republic of South Korea as South Korean President Lee Jae-myung makes a state visit in the Philippines yesterday. Among the inked agreements include a Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU, between both the state's communications technology departments, as well as an MOU between the Department of Economy, Planning and Development, or DepDev, and South Korea's Foreign Affairs Department on digitalization. An MOU on intellectual property was also signed, with our trade industry taking the lead. Meanwhile, on education, foreign language in Philippine schools was discussed between the Education Department and Korea's Ministry of Education. Another MOU on cultural cooperation was inked between the Philippines' National Commission on Culture and the Arts and the Ministry of Culture, Sports, and Tourism of South Korea. Defense was also a key part in the agreements, amending the Defense Acquisition Program Administration of Korea concerning procurement of defense materials, as well as on the cooperation of the police force between the Philippines and South Korea. My Presidents Marcos and Lee are on a business forum in Conrad at the moment, together with Foreign Affairs Secretary Teresa Lazaro and Trade Secretary Cristina Roque. As of now, there are no updates on the ongoing forum just yet. But the palace just commented on the now viral remark of Quezon City 4th District Representative Bong Suntay. Women shouldn't be subject to objectification, and it is a crime to publicly pronounce what the palace called sexual innuendos of Congressman Suntay. That is Malacanang's strong message on Women's Month. Palace Press Officer Claire Castro admitted taking offense, not just for the actors involved, but for all women. According to Castro, Suntay does not differ from any other street harasser who openly voices their malicious thoughts. She adds, Kong Suntay donned a suit and a respected office, but he is a lot like a street harasser. Castro also hit Suntay's defense that actress Ann Curtis should take it as a compliment. And to this, the palace asked, why should a woman be thankful for a man's perverted thoughts? At the end of the briefing, Malacanang reminded the public that the culture of objectifying women must end. As of now, that's the latest here from the palace. Mai?
Thank you, Ivy Reyes, reporting to us from Malacanang. The new face of Ako Bicol party list calls for a probe into the allegations of 18 self-proclaimed ex-Marines linked to the party's resigned member, former Congressman Zaldico. on Bilyonaryo news channels at the forefront. Their newly proclaimed representative, Jan Almario Chan, says the ex-Marine's claims should not be taken at face value. As a lawyer himself, Chan underscores the need to examine evidence, weigh credibility, and uphold due process.
If there should be an investigation and there should be evidence presented, then yes, I support that a fair opportunity be given to all sides to present
So
it.
kung merong allegations na ganito, dapat tignan din kung
Yes.
totoo or hindi.
In order to be fair to not just Congressman Zaldico, but also to the ones who are alleging.
Yeah.
Chan says there has been no communication between him and Zaldico, especially after allegations surfaced linking the latter to the flood control scandal.
Are you still in touch with Zaldico? Do you know his whereabouts?
No, actually, I prefer not knowing, and I also have not been in contact with him. I think the last conversation I've had with Congressman Zaldico was early 2025.
Representative Bong Suntay, who's under fire over his lewd remarks about Ann Curtis, has apologized. The backlash erupted after what Suntay said about the actress during a House panel's hearing on impeachment complaints against VP Sara Duterte. Joan Manalo joins us from the House of Representatives. Hi, Joan. What's the latest?
My Quezon City 4th District Representative Bong Suntay continues to face criticisms over his remarks about Kapamilya actress Ann Curtis during yesterday's hearing on the impeachment complaints against Vice President Sara Duterte, which comes during the celebration of the National Women's Month. Suntay earlier issued an apology following the backlash he faced over his remarks about Curtis. On BNC's The Spokes, Suntay said there was no malice intended in his statement.
If people were offended, that was not the intention, and I want to apologize to those people, but that was never the intention.
Well, that's good that you want
So
to
you want to
apologize.
apologize
Kong Boss. Kasi as you
people
said,
who
no?
feel offended.
Yeah,
but I stand by the analogy that I made. It was an analogy that I made to drive a point.
Could this constitute as your apology already to the public?
Yes, as I've said even last night, there was no malice intended in the statement. If it was taken out of context and if different conclusions to the statements were made, I apologize to those people who were offended, especially women.
So that's the public apology, Kong,
Who were
right?
offended, yeah. But as I also said, that statement, that analogy was made in the context of that impeachment proceeding.
Regardless of his apology, several personalities and women's advocates still called out Suntay for his previous remarks. Quezon City Mayor Joy Belmonte earlier released a statement saying Suntay should apologize for his inappropriate remarks. Belmonte said his words directly contradict the spirit of empowerment that the city has worked hard to build. The mayor added that it is disappointing to see such a display of objectification, especially during Women's Month. She also noted that as a former member of the Quezon City Council, Suntay was part of the body that passed the city's Gender and Development Code. Belmonte further stressed that Suntay even served as the majority floor leader when the council passed the Bawal Bastos Ordinance, which declares that lewd, malicious, and demeaning remarks have no place in public life. With this, the city government is now calling on Suntay to take full accountability, issue a proper apology, and conduct himself with the dignity his office and the city demand. Meanwhile, women's group Gabriela also expressed solidarity with Ann Curtis and with women who continue to experience systemic objectification and sexualization. In a statement, the group condemned Suntay's remarks, saying they were not mere jokes or casual banter, but a direct affront to the dignity of women and a display of entitlement. Makabayan President and former Congresswoman Liza Maza also called on the House of Representatives to impose disciplinary action against Suntay over what she described as sexist remarks. She added that Suntay's justification and that his remarks were just an analogy and should be treated as a compliment speaks of his machismo, stressing that such remarks contribute to the culture of impunity against women. Suntay was called out by several of his colleagues during yesterday's hearing after making lewd comments about Ann Curtis while attempting to make a point in the impeachment proceedings. House Justice Committee Vice Chairperson and San Juan Representative Bel Zamora immediately moved to have Suntay's remarks stricken from the official record. Mai.
John, usap-usapan din kung dapat ba siyang sampahan ng ethics complaint, ano? Ano ang latest dyan? May magfa-file ba?
As of the moment, Mai, wala pa tayong nababalitaan na magfa-file ng ethics complaint against Congressman Suntay, pero mananatili tayo nakabantay dahil ayun na nga no, marami-rami ang nagpahayag ng kanilang of course concern, ang kanilang condemnation against the statements that were uttered by Kong Suntay against Ann Curtis. Mai.
Alright, maraming salamat, John Manalo, nag-uulat mula sa House of Representatives. The Senate Ethics Committee kicks off its first session to examine pending complaints, including one against Senator Bato de la Rosa for his extended absence. Lawmakers may face sanctions depending on the findings. Hannah T is live from the Senate for the details. Hannah, go ahead.
The Senate Ethics Committee just finished an executive session and they're set to initially vet cases pending before the committee. At least 6 senators are now facing ethics complaints, with Senator Bato de la Rosa being the most recent. De la Rosa is accused by complainants of dereliction of duty because of his prolonged absence from Senate work since November last year. The complaint seeks to determine whether there were violations of Senate rules and calls for clear sanctions against lawmakers with long unexplained absences. Senate President Tito Soto earlier said they will tackle if De La Rosa's salary may be suspended following his absences. De La Rosa has also been named a co-perpetrator in a crimes against humanity case filed before the International Criminal Court against former President Rodrigo Duterte. Meanwhile, the chair of the Ethics Committee, Ejercito himself, has previously come under scrutiny after an ethics complaint was raised over the alleged inaction on a separate complaint against Senator Cheese Escudero, who was accused of receiving a donation from contractor Lawrence Lubiano. Ejercito earlier explained that the complaint against Escudero could not be acted upon because of the Senate's tight schedule. He also noted that members of the Ethics Committee must be first elected in plenary at the time and that the minority bloc has yet to submit its nominees. Ejercito has earlier maintained that all ethics committees or all ethics complaints will be processed on a first-in, first-out basis and will first be evaluated to determine whether there are sufficient grounds to proceed. May kanina kakatapos lang actually ng press con with Senator J.V. Ejercito, sinabi niya na most likely the first committee hearing that we can definitely watch ay ang on March 18, pero sabi niya most likely ito ay executive session, meaning hindi ito open to the public or closed door ito, at sinabi niya naman at binigyang linaw na meron namang equal representation ang Senate minority at majority members sa mismong magiging session dahil meron namang mga miyembro mula sa dalawang panig, kaya wala raw dapat ipag-alala ang publiko. Mai?
Hannah, so far, nadagdagan pa ba ang ethics complaints?
So far, Mai, wala pa naman tayong naririnig na panibagong ethics complaint. Bukod dun sa recent claim ni Senator Rodante Marcoleta na he is drafting a complaint against fellow lawmaker, Senate President Pro Tempore Ping Lacson. This is over the alleged splicing of a video of him saying na maaari umanong isuko itong Kalayaan Island Group dahil hindi ito bahagi ng exclusive economic zone, to which he earlier denied at sinabi niya na he was taken out of context. Pero kanina sa press con, sinabi naman ni Senate Ethics Committee Chair J.V. Ejercito na nananatiling 6 yung nakabindin na ethics complaint before the Ethics Committee, and ayon sa kanya, ito raw yung kauna-unahang pagkakataon na ganito karami yung ethics complaints before the higher chamber. Back to you, Mai.
Thank you. Hannah T reporting to us from the Senate. Budget cuts have slowed the drainage project along Sumulong Highway in Marikina City, but Public Works Secretary Vince Dizon promises to fast-track its completion. Let's get the details from Ian Maghanoy. Ian?
Yes, Mai, the ongoing construction of the drainage system along Sumulong Highway in Marikina City has also suffered a budget cut for the flood control project. This was clarified by Public Works Chief Vince Dizon as he led the inspection of the Marikina Integrated Flood Mitigation Roadmap early Wednesday in Marikina City. The drainage pipe project was pegged at 250 million pesos last year, but was reduced to 175 million pesos this year. However, Dizon vowed to source additional funds for the project and hasten its completion months ahead of the rainy season. The project will still require at least 55 meters of large drainage pipes that will connect to the Marikina River, which will serve as the catch basin for the city's flood waters. It can be recalled that the flood control budget cut was ordered by PBBM following the flood control scandal. Mai?
Ian, did Secretary Dizon mention the deadline for the larger drainage pipes along Sumulong Highway?
My Secretary Dizon is targeting the project's completion in July or at the start of the rainy season. He said the project's completion will help ease flooding issues in the city. Mai?
Thank you. Ian Maghanoy reporting. In other news, a security expert says the government should have already perfected contingency measures for Filipinos caught in the Middle East conflict. International Development and Security Cooperation founder and president Dr. Chester Cabalza tells BNC's On Point that if airports or seaports remain closed, land travel to safer neighboring countries like Egypt, Morocco, or Saudi Arabia could allow nationals to fly back to Manila. Cabalza emphasizes that proper coordination, timely information, and diplomatic support are key to protecting Filipino workers during recurring regional crises.
Okay, there are alternative options for the Department of Migrant Workers and the Department of Foreign Affairs on how to support our nationals and overseas Filipino workers. If the seaports and the airports are shut down, I think they can do land travel by securing by securing our nationals, and then they have to find the safest country where they could fly by air. And I think proper coordination and I think the right information are very important in securing our own nationals. Because during wars, remember, these are man-made disasters, human-induced disasters. People create wars, and I think there should be contingency measures coming from the government. But it's not the first time that we have seen wars in the Middle East. These are recurring human man-made disasters. So we should have already perfected.
Coming up next, we'll bring you our interview with Cebu Governor Baricuatro. Stay tuned for that. The Daily Dish will be right back.
And the award for the best online games scammer goes to...
Maraming salamat sa lahat ng hindi nag-check kung legit ang site. Kung wala kayo, wala kaming kikitain.
Huwag maging dahilan ng saya ng scammers. Tandaan, walang maloloko kung walang magpapaloko. Play safe. Play only in PAGCOR licensed gaming sites. Visit www.pagcorguarantee.ph or scan the QR code.
We have an exclusive surprise for you, and we're going to be talking to the, how should we say, the big boss lady of Cebu, Governor Pam Baricuatro.
Thank you, Gov. Daghang salamat for your time.
My pleasure.
I know you're super busy.
It's okay. It's a weekend, and I always have time for you guys.
This
This is the first time I granted
Exactly.
an interview in national television.
Only on Bilyonaryo.
Only here on the Daily Dish and
Daily
Bilyonaryo
Dish,
channel.
right. So, we have you today, and we're not going to be talking about politics. What we want to know is the lady Pam Baricuatro.
Yes.
Right? So, first things first, Gov.
Yes.
Family, how many kids do you have, and do you have any grandchildren? What do you...
I wish I have only one daughter, and she's a medical doctor, and she's helping me out with my medical programs in the province
Okay.
because her specialty is public health and healthcare management. So I got lucky nga eh.
Well, that's very convenient.
I know, right? No, but more than anything else, no, aside from being a mom and a wife, I'd rather be known as a public servant.
Of course.
Rather than a boss.
Yes.
I consider myself as a public servant here in the province of Cebu.
So the Cebuanos are your bosses?
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
I like
You just
that.
follow their rules.
I work for them.
Yeah, basically. Well, Gov, you know, something I love about you, you're so well-traveled. You used to work for an airline company. Let's talk about that and your favorite places to travel.
Certainly. I worked with Cathay for over 20 years. I was a flight attendant, and I was hired during the 80s when it was a very coveted job during those times. Yeah.
And Filipinas were the coveted flight attendants because we're the best in the world.
And the prettiest.
Yes.
Parang nag-beauty drain ang Cebu, ang Pilipinas noon, no? Hanggang ngayon kasi Qatar is also
Yes, yes. But why did you decide to be a flight attendant?
It was because my best friend wanted to be an FA because we just finished political science. We're about to go to law school, so she was the one who wanted to be a flight attendant. So I went with her during the interview, and we both got accepted. And at the time kasi ang hirap to get in eh. I mean, out of thousands, they only get like less than 10. So parang I got flattered.
Yeah,
I got
Really?
accepted. Yeah.
But you're gonna be a lawyer. You wanted to be a lawyer.
Yeah, I didn't finish my last year in law school because I joined Cathay Pacific.
What did your parents say?
Of course, my dad was galit talaga. But then that's why before I retired, I really made sure to go back to school. So at this time, I took up public leadership at Harvard Kennedy School of Government.
Wow!
I saw that.
Because I was
amazing.
so lazy na to go back to law school.
But at least you went back to school.
Yeah.
But Gov, you know, throughout your years in Cathay Pacific, what are your favorite places to go to in the world?
Yeah, my favorite places to go to is, I think one of those is Vancouver. I love Vancouver, Perth, San Francisco, Paris, of course.
Of course,
Who doesn't love Paris, no?
But that when you got the job and then they told you, okay, you're gonna move to Hong Kong, you didn't get scared because you were young. I mean,
Yeah, I was in my 20s. It's funny nga eh, because during the interview, you know, I was asked by the interviewee from Cathay, sabi niya, do you have a boyfriend? Sabi ko, why sir, are you interested?
His face is probably like, what?
Sabi niya, because we accept girls and hindi sila natuloy because of their boyfriend, ayaw daw. Sabi ko, not to worry, guys come and go, but career is important.
I love that.
Maybe that's why I got accepted.
Yeah, that's a great answer.
Yeah.
And what about your love life, Gov? Where did you meet your husband?
Oh, actually, I met him in the airport here in Cebu.
okay.
No, we were in the same flight from Hong Kong to Cebu. And pagdating dito, sinundo siya ng friend niya who's a common friend. So he was supposed to date somebody else that night. So after the date, sabi niya sa friend niya, si Mimos, niya, I think Pam would make a better date. So,
Ang daming plot twist. Ang daming plot twist in Gov's life, right? She was supposed to be a lawyer. She became a flight attendant.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be another girl with your husband, but it's you.
Yeah.
I love it.
And how did he
How
pursue
surprising.
you?
I seduced him. No, Really, he's a global guy. No, he's a global strategist. So he went all over to look for me. Siyempre, nagpakipot muna, Pinay, di ba?
Of course.
Of course.
You work for it.
Let
diba?
them chase
Let them
you.
work for it on that.
Yes, that's why that's the only way to get the best guy.
Yes.
So, mga ladies dyan.
Yes. So he kept flying back and forth from wherever he lived to Cebu just to pursue you.
Pursue me.
And did you guys ultimately end up moving here together in the Philippines?
Nung pandemic na. Nung
It was
nag-retire.
very recent.
So that's,
Yeah, it was only. That's when I
Just a few years
retired.
back.
I retired 2019.
Oh, that was so recent.
Yeah, because that's what the year I finished my schooling in Harvard.
Right.
So and then nagka-COVID. So we were the last, after we arrived here, nag-close na yung
Borders.
the borders
Yeah.
na, closed na. So I retired na rin. Kasi
Sorry, just timeline-wise, you retired from flying what year?
2019.
2019
Yeah.
only.
Yeah. Actually, ako, unpaid leave na since 2017 because I was pursuing my school.
Okay.
So after I finished my school 2019, tapos nagka-COVID, I retired na rin.
So the main plan, and then you met your husband what year?
No, before pa, prior.
So you're already
Years
married
ago.
there?
Yeah, we were married already.
I thought you just got married
And then you
6
guys
years
lived
ago.
in Hong Kong.
Yeah, we were married already for a long time.
So wait a minute. So you pursued that and your schooling, just of course, because it's your dream. How did politics get into it? Because it's COVID. When did you decide, wait a minute, I'm going to serve my country and my fellow Cebuanos?
Because most people during the pandemic, they were baking and cooking and eating.
I was
basically.
diving.
Me too. But 2015, I started my foundation.
Okay.
Simply Share Foundation. I started the first food bank here in the Visayas, in Cebu. So I was very active na rin. And during the Duterte campaign, 2016, I was helping out. Although that time I was based in Hong Kong, but I kept coming home. And I think I went on leave na rin, a long-term leave to help out. And then, 2019, pandemic. Tapos after the pandemic, I was offered a job with a land bank as a board of director. I was appointed by the Duterte administration towards the end, 2019. 2020 na. 2021 pala. I started.
What a shift then to finance.
Grabe from land bank. So I reckon, I want to help the government at the time, especially I helped campaign for the Duterte administration. So why not as well do my part?
Right.
So at least pahuli na. So I served in land bank until 2024. Yeah, 2024.
Very recent.
April, 2024.
Just a few years ago.
It's like yesterday.
Yeah, and then October of 2024, that's when I filed for
Candidacy.
So,
But why the top job in the province? Did you decide maybe I'll become a mayor first or LGU? What made you or what pushed you to say, okay, maybe I have a chance?
Gov really said dream big, no?
No, sometimes things happen, everything comes full circle. I didn't really want to be, it wasn't really my ambition to become a governor. It was my good friend, Dr. Rowena Borden. She was really the one who wanted to run for governor. And I told her, she said, I'll just run for the Congress, in my district, and she will be the one to run for governor. Because we were really social activists then. There was something that we wanted to change in politics, especially here in Cebu. But she passed away December of 2023. But before she passed away, she made me promise, sabi niya, may sakit siya, meron siyang autoimmune disease. Sabi niya, whatever happens to me, please make sure na huwag mong iwanan yung Save Cebu, campaign na, if you have a chance, then run for office.
She had the foresight already for that.
Maybe, and she told me that siguro a few days lang before she passed away.
No way!
Yeah, she passed away on a Friday, Wednesday we had the whole afternoon talking. Tapos sabi niya sa akin, pag may mangyari sa akin, so ako naman, I wanted to go home that time kasi pa dinner time na. Sabi, okay.
But you kept to her promise, and guess what? You as fate would have it, you were voted in.
Yeah, it was providential. Everything happened for a reason talaga.
Right, but we're not gonna go into the campaign yet. What I'm interested in is why did you decide on a food bank? Did you feel like Cebuanos needed this kind of assistance, whether or not you were in politics?
Yeah, napaka-food insecure ng country natin. And to think, yung mga countries like Singapore and Hong Kong, ang daming food banks. Sa atin wala. You know, food bank is like surplus food, collecting surplus food and giving it to those who need it. You know? So kailangan natin yan kasi food insecure. Ang taas ng poverty incidence sa province of Cebu. And as you know, hunger is one of the product of poverty. So I reckon wala tayong food bank dito sa Cebu. So that's when I started.
I'm quite surprised because, you know, we love Cebu. Like, Cebu is honestly one of my adopted cities.
Yes.
Or I feel like I'm adopted by Cebuanos.
Me too, because my husband's from Cebu.
Yeah, but
we
I
met
never
here.
knew that there was food insecurity in Cebu. So what are the measures that we're doing to help alleviate that?
No, that's what the food bank do. We collect this surplus food from suppliers, from manufacturers, from distributors, you know, yung mga near expiry food.
No wonder she was
yun.
before we started our interview, she was on the phone with another friend, and she was talking on a Sunday, and talking about this to the friend about where am I gonna get my rice? I need it, and she was on. Can you imagine working on her day off?
Public servant, 24/7.
Right. But let's talk, since we're talking about food. Now we're gonna ask you about one thing that's amazing.
I wanted to ask you though, before we move on to the food,
Sure.
what you actually wanted to do, Gov, your dream. What, and if you're not a public servant and if you weren't a flight attendant, what was your dream when you were younger? What did you want to be?
I've always wanted to become a lawyer.
Lawyer talaga.
I love reading, so I reckon it's a reading course. And you know, I think I'm a frustrated lawyer.
But not frustrated anymore. At least you know the law.
It helps. It's hand in hand.
Yeah, one time ako speaker sa graduation ng law school. Sabi ko, I wasn't called an attorney kasi ako nakatapos ng law. But sige na lang kasi Gov din tawag sa akin.
Yes. Or ni na lang.
Ayan, we can talk about food now.
Yes, absolutely. So, Cebu is known for food. We want to know what your top 5 food destinations are here.
Wow, of course, this is one of my favorite.
Yeah, we're at the Pig and Pong, by the way.
My new favorite too.
But the rest of it is mga yung mga alam mo yung Michael's?
No, we heard it only
What
from
is
you,
it, Michael's?
Gov.
May kilid-kilid.
May gilid-gilid. That's at Michael's. Okay.
Sana tawag nun yung mga
Karinderya.
Yung the one in SRP, Kandingan sa SRP.
Okay.
That's
So that's
one of my
Kandingan
favorites.
into goats.
Yeah. But they have other food too. And I love conchings, you know, the lechon. And there's also one in SM, yung A1, yung may tunula, yung mga ganon. And of course, the places in Karkar and Talisay where they have lechon.
That's my favorite restaurant in the Karkar market and the puso. I've never had anything like it.
And they have embutido there also in one of the stall there, Joel and something, the name. Ang sarap ng embutido.
We have to do that next time with Gov. We're gonna go to the markets.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll bring you there.
No, we're gonna go back to Cebu and we're gonna ask Gov to bring us to her favorite eateries.
Yes.
But there's this one soup that I love here. It's a fish soup. It's in Carbon.
You want what is it, the tinola or the...
No, it's the whatchamacallit.
It's the eel.
No, but it's like fish head. But I'm gonna think about it. We're gonna take a quick break. But when we get back, we're gonna be asking Gov Pam more insiders and insights of Cebu.
Governor Baricuatro, we're talking about our favorite food. Now, what we want to know, Gov, do you cook? And what is your favorite dish to cook?
I'm such a good cook.
Wow!
Yeah.
I like it.
That's why my husband complaining now. I don't have time to cook for him na daw. I love to cook Filipino dishes.
What's your best dish?
Humba.
Humba.
It's a family recipe that I inherited from my grand aunt.
Yum. Now, what about desserts? Do you bake as well?
Yeah, I do. My favorite one is binignit. You know, it's
What's
like
that
ginatan.
one?
Yes. It's really
I've
good.
never had that. I have to try
Next
that.
time when you're here, I'll bring you to the place where...
My stomach is
I'm so hungry again. Yeah.
Okay, what about Cebuano delicacies? That's your top 5.
Cebuano delicacies. Ang sarap ng ano dito, yung budbud.
Budbud.
Budbud, yeah. It's a sticky.
Like suman.
Sticky suman. Especially the one in The best one, I think, is in Malabuyok. It's also very good. And there's one in Lamak, from Pinamungahan. In Tuburan also. And they have this bibingka in Asturias.
The best.
That's
The
also
small
nice.
ones, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's two.
That's
Three more.
two. What do you call this? The in Bugo. It's coconut. It's like a corn grits. Yeah, that's also very nice. Ano pa ba? I said ginatana, no?
Yes. Two more.
Bukayo.
Bukayo.
It's like a coconut cooked in coconut
And
milk.
sugar.
In
Yeah.
sugar.
Yes.
Oh, I have so many food to
Yeah.
try.
Bukayo.
We're in trouble.
No?
Yeah.
And one more.
And palitaw. Palitaw is
Palitaw.
also good.
Palitaw,
Yeah.
classic.
What about other, because people go to Cebu to buy chorizo, they buy all this
yeah.
lechon. What's your favorites?
The best one that chorizo is in Banawa. Especially that's one with the spicy and the sweet one.
Yeah.
So, alis na kayo, padalan ko sana kayo.
When we're back na go,
next time, yeah.
we'll do a food trip.
Yeah,
Now,
the chorizo.
Yeah, now I want to talk about destinations naman here in Cebu. When people think of Cebu, they think of canyoneering, going to see the butandings. That's what I did. But apart
you've been
from
there?
yeah, I loved it. It was super fun. But apart from that, Gov, what are some hidden gems? Where should people go to discover Cebu?
Have you
Where
been
would you go?
to Bajan, the Bajan, the falls in Bajan?
Oh, not yet.
Yeah, that's also really nice. And a lot of, may mga waterfalls dito na pwedeng ma-explore. And also, ano pa ba? The one in Aluginsan, the river. No, in Aluginsan.
Parang lazy river there.
Yeah, there's a river there where you can do boating.
Yeah.
It's also very nice. It just slipped my mind kung anong tawag na river na yon. Oh.
I'm sure we're gonna do our research, right?
Yeah, yeah. So that one, and also may mga ano din mga in Osmeña Peak. It's also very nice there. Sa dami ng nasa isip ko kasi I go around the province. Osmeña Peak is also a very nice mountain there.
Do you dive?
No, iba yung dinadive, kain.
I like
Basta
that.
pagkain.
But what about beaches? Because Monique and I love to go to the
Yes.
beach. What are your top 3 beaches here?
In Malapascua, they have very
Malapascua,
nice
I love.
beaches.
Yes.
Bantayan Island.
Yes.
In the south, they have very nice beaches there. In Tabuelan, Tuburan.
I've been to Tabuelan. I've been to those 3
Ganda
already.
ng mga beaches doon.
Yes.
In the place of Mrs. Yong. In the Bantayan,
Bantayan, Bugo, yeah.
They're very
Bantayan
nice.
is so beautiful.
So good. They also have a nice beach there.
Now, what about in Cebu City, Gov? Give us your top 3. When people are in the city, where should they go?
Most of them, they go to Taps.
Yes.
Have you been there?
Yeah, they fixed Tops now, and
I've
it's so
never
nice.
been. All
It's
the
beautiful.
Years I've been going here. I've never been to Tops.
And before, there's no restaurants, but it was just a cliffside. Now they
A lot of
fixed
restaurants
it.
na-
Ganda. They put like a turf on top where you can just hang out and look at the view. They have a love lock now for the lovers.
Oh my.
It's beautiful.
Ganda nga yung Taps ngayon. And we have museums here also. We have National Museum ng Sugbo, which is being sponsored by the province. Fort San Pedro, it's an old fortress. Of course, the Santo Niño Church.
Of course, number
Won't
1.
miss that, yeah.
Yes, never. What about markets? You mentioned off air that you like to go to markets or palenques.
Palenque. I'm a palenque.
What are
one.
your top 3 palenques to go
In
to?
Carbon.
Carbon for
Yeah,
fish?
For fish. And you know what? The soup that you were talking about, I just slipped my mind kung anong pangalan
Me
ng soup.
too.
They has a very nice soup there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's
In
Carbon.
Carbon. Pastil also has a very good soup there.
Okay.
We'll
And
do
one
a
more.
food trip next time with Gov.
Food, ano pa ba? Sa city? Oh, I've mentioned Conchings na, no? Ano pa ba mga Michaels dito? yung mga, hole in the wall na mga food, it's also very good here in Cebu.
Earlier nga when we were driving,
karinderya.
we saw a lot of the micas. We're like, oh, what's that? We saw the conch, we saw a lot of different street food, and we got so hungry.
Yes, because it seems like now Cebu has this jogging
Culture.
culture. They're jogging by the bridge. They're jogging all over the
And it's
open
raining
city.
kanina ha, Gov, and people are still jogging.
Yes.
I'm glad to hear that.
Gov, what we'd like to know now, aside from what you've given us and those tips here in Cebu, what do people, of course, you are a myth too. I mean, nationally.
Oh, really? I didn't know
Because
that.
everybody knows who Pam Baricuatro is of Cebu, obviously. But what do you want them to know about you as a person?
I'm just a simple person. As I've said, I love to read. I spend most of my free time reading, but not so many free time this time. I cook, you know, and I'm a very loyal person. Typical Scorpio. If you know what a Scorpio, typical, yeah.
Now, what about music, Gov? What kind of music do you listen to? Who's your favorite band?
I'm a person of the 80s. I'm born in the 80s, so I love 80s song, 90s song. Sino pa bang mga uso during the time? Spandubali.
I'm about to go like that.
Bagets, yung mga bagets generation.
Just
If somebody was going to play you in a movie, na Filipina, who would it be? Who would you like to play you?
I was asked nga eh. Somebody said Alice Dixon daw. She's so pretty, no?
Yes. Ageless.
Yeah,
Who else?
ageless. Sino pa ba? But Jody Santa Maria is too young.
No, well, it's a story.
Yeah, siguro yun lang. Mga Filipina, Chinese beauty siguro.
What about your leading man naman? Who would you like to play your husband?
Sino ba? My husband's Chinese eh. So, he looks Chinese. Sino pa mga artista na pwede maging Chinese, ha? Sino ba yun? Yung nag-run ng Richard Yap? Sino ba yun?
Richard Yap.
He's Chinese.
Cebuano.
Cebuano, no?
Yeah.
Ganon siguro. Sino pa ba yung mga Chinese look? Dieter Ocampo, no? Pwede naman siguro.
Dieter Ocampo. No, Piolo Pascual, something like that.
Yeah, I love Piolo Pascual. But it's too mistizo from my husband.
Anyone goes, right?
Yeah.
Well, what are your favorite movies, Gov, to watch?
Ako na, I like mga old movies. You know, Casablanca, yung mga ganon, Breakfast in Tiffany's, yung mga old movies, ganon.
If you're going to invite somebody from the old movies to dinner, one particular person, okay, one movie star and one global leader, who would they be?
I think Katharine Hepburn. You know, because she was an icon during her time, you know, and she was educated, you know. And Katharine Hepburn. Yung global leader, yung past
Dead or alive.
Present, Dead or Alive, Jackie Kennedy.
Kennedy.
A fashion icon.
I love her style.
Well, speaking of style, who is your fashion inspo and what do you typically wear outside of the office when you're not in work?
Ano yung style ko? Well, less is more, you know. I like to wear slacks in the office, sometimes dress, but something comfortable lang.
When you're not in the office naman, when you're at home, going out lang to run errands, what do you typically wear?
Lang jeans, blouse, yung ganon. And may nagtanong nga sino daw yung stylist ko? Sabi ko, wala, ako lang. I got used, you know, because I used to work in the airline. So along the way, you acquired your style.
How would you describe your style actually, Gov? If you had to, I guess, describe it in 2 words.
Sabi ko kanina, less is more, you know, simple elegance.
Simple.
Nice.
Ano lang.
All right, so Gov, I know we don't want to take up too much of your time, but since you're here and this is exclusive for Monique,
thank you.
What do you want the Philippines to know about you from unfortunately questions that we weren't able to ask you?
Something about myself.
Like a fun fact that people
your
don't
dream
know.
for Cebu perhaps, or the citizens of Cebu?
No, I never want myself to be called a politician. No, I'm more about public servant. So when you get into this kind of job, it's about service. For me, it's really how to improve the quality of life of the Cebuano. So yun yung focus ko muna ngayon. You know, I was just stating in my post the other day na please allow me to serve. That's what I want talaga, to serve the Cebuanos.
Now, what about the mga misconceptions about you? Because I'm sure people are talking. I'm sure you've read some stuff that people are saying about you. Let's debunk some of those myths that people are saying.
Good one. I like to hear this.
Good question, no? Well, if there's something I can say about myself, you know, I'm a typical Scorpio. I'm a very loyal person. So read between the lines. Na lang.
I love it.
Loaded.
Very Scorpio.
Very loaded too. All right, Governor Pam, such a pleasure
We
to
had
get
the
to
best
know
time.
you. Yeah, it's such a pleasure to get to know you better, aside from politics and public service.
And we cannot wait to explore the markets with you and more of Cebu.
I owe you lechon and chorizo.
Yes, and palengke shopping.
Next time.
Yes. All right, that was Governor Pam Baricuatro in an exclusive interview with us about her lifestyle here on The Daily Dish. So, Monique?
Daghang salamat again, Gov, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Monique.
Thank you.
First for having me here. I'm so delighted to be here.
We're
We
such
are
an honor.
honored.
Thank you.
you so much. Until next time, we'll be back in Cebu. Welcome back to The Daily Dish. We begin world news on the Middle East conflict. The United States is rushing to evacuate citizens amid escalating tensions. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says about 9,000 Americans have left the region since the start of U.S.-Israeli strikes on Iran. The State Department is coordinating charter flights, military aircraft, and commercial options, while airspace closures have been slowing departures.
The State Department is now actively, as it has been now for the last 72 hours, implementing our plans to help Americans in the Middle East be able to depart. As of a few minutes ago before I left, 9,000 Americans have been able to leave the region since the start of this war. We have about 1,500 Americans that are requesting assistance with departure.
He says all personnel at U.S. diplomatic posts are accounted for. Americans still in the region are urged to contact the State Department for assistance. South Korea is moving to secure a $350 billion U.S. investment amid trade pressures. The ruling Democratic Party will vote on a special bill on March 12 to implement investments under the U.S.-South Korea trade deal. The bill comes after President Donald Trump threatened higher tariffs on imports from South Korea over delays in the trade agreement.
A slight dip in the rankings, but an even bigger stage awaits Alex Ayala. The Filipina tennis sensation slipped one spot to number 32 in the latest women's tennis, days before her much-anticipated debut at the 2026 Indian Wells Open in California. The minor slide comes after a transition week on the WTA Tour from the Middle East to the United States, but momentum remains firmly on Ayala's side. The 20-year-old is coming off a breakthrough quarterfinal finish at the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Championships, highlighted by a stunning victory over world number 8, Jasmine Paolini. At Indian Wells, Ayala enters as number 31 seed, earning a first-round bye. Now, before flying to California, Ayala made a special stop at Nike World Headquarters in Oregon, where she received a hero's welcome as one of the brand's global ambassadors, further cementing her rising international profile. In volleyball, the Choco Mucho Flying Titans outlasted the NX-led Chameleons in 4 sets, 27-25, 28-26, 16-25, 25-19 to secure their second straight win in the Premier Volleyball League All-Filipino Conference. Terry Ann Rondina led the charge with a double-double of 24 points and 20 excellent receptions, steadying the Flying Titans through 2 extended opening sets before helping shut the door in the 4th. Choco Mucho leaned on discipline and execution in crunch time to stay in the thick of the semifinal race, while NX-led absorbed its 3rd straight loss to slip to 3-3. Meanwhile, Tots Carlos and the Creamline Cool Smashers stretched their winning streak to 4 after taking down the Galleries Tower High Risers in 4 sets in the 2026 PVL All-Filipino Conference.
Quezon City 4th District Representative Bong Suntay is facing intense backlash after making lewd remarks about actress Ann Curtis. During a House hearing Tuesday, Suntay said he once felt a strong desire for the actress and got heated after seeing her at Shangri-La. Comments that were later stricken from the official record. But the damage has been done. Celebrities and women's rights advocates quickly spoke out. And sister Jasmine Curtis Smith said such statements, especially from a sitting lawmaker, reinforce a culture that treats women as objects for consumption. She stressed that misogyny should never be dismissed as honesty or mistaken for a compliment. TV host Bianca Gonzalez also slammed the remarks as disgusting, calling out what she described as a lack of remorse. Other celebrities, including Angel Locsin, Bianca Gonzalez, Nadine Lustre, Gabby Garcia, and Amy Perez, also expressed their thoughts on the issue to defend Curtis. As we observe Women's Month, the controversy fuels demands for accountability, not for apologies without action. The message is clear: power should never excuse disrespect. From controversies here at home to concerns abroad, Ann Curtis is now safely back with her family after a flight to Dubai was rerouted amid rising tensions in the Middle East. In a Facebook post, her mom Carmen shared her relief, calling the experience a nightmare and confirming Ann had safely landed in Oman. The actress has flown in from Milan Fashion Week and was en route to Dubai when their plane was forced to turn back due to reported airstrikes, with flights across the region temporarily grounded. Tension spiked over the weekend following airstrikes launched by the United States and Israel against Iran.
Sandara Park's talent agency Abyss Company confirmed her exclusive contract with them has expired following controversy involving fellow 2NE1 member Park Bom. Bom posted a now-deleted handwritten letter on Instagram revisiting her 2014 drug controversy, claiming her prescribed Adderall for AD was misinterpreted as a scandal. She alleged that Sandara has previously been involved in drug use and she was used as a cover-up without naming who was responsible. Abyss Company did not respond to the claims, but Sandara's profile has been removed from the agency website, while her social media accounts remain active. Fans have rallied behind Sandara online, with many calling for her to address the allegations and clarify the situation. Up next, Filipino triathlon coach Saul Sibayan speaks from Doha, Qatar on the challenges faced by the Pinoy community there amid the Middle East conflict. Stay with us. The Daily Dish will be right back. Welcome back to the Daily Dish. Today we are going to speak with a Filipino living in Qatar to get a picture of how the situation in the Middle East is affecting daily life for residents and visitors there.
He's a Filipino triathlon coach based in Doha, Qatar. Joining us via Zoom is Saul Sibayan. Sir Kabayan. Sa Kabayan, Saul, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you po.
Magandang hapon dito sa Pilipinas. Magandang umaga dyan sa Qatar.
Gandang umaga po from Doha.
Thank you so much for joining us, Coach Saul. Maybe we could start off with, can you giving us an update on the current situation dyan sa Qatar from your perspective? Kasi alam namin 5 taon ka na dyan halos. And of course, you are also working there already. So tell us, kamusta na kayo dyan?
So far, okay naman po kami. We feel safe here. We have resumed operations at the office, at our showroom, workshop, and sasabihin ko po na majority of the Filipinos I spoke to, our staff, they feel secured and safe here. The government is doing whatever they can to make us feel such. They're very transparent and updating us with information. The government of the Philippines, of course, through the embassy, is actually giving out a lot of information through social media channels.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that, Coach Hall, kasi syempre, we don't know if your airport is open already in Doha. Not yet? Airspace is still
Not
closed?
yet.
Not yet, yeah.
From what I heard yesterday, they were about to announce if the airspace gonna be opened. I didn't hear any news about that po.
Yes, kasi meron kami rin mga kaibigan namin that was flying through Doha but is now currently stranded in Doha. Meron ba kayong narinig or na-feel na mga na-intercept na mga missiles nung nakaraan araw? Did you feel any of that?
Yes, actually since Saturday, we were just talking about the situation sa Iran, and then sa office was we just got an alert sa phone.
Yes.
And then sunod-sunod na siya. We heard and the interceptions. And so wala pang 5 minutes, we just left the office, went to our families here, and then stayed indoors. We just had to close the shop and all the way to the afternoon of Saturday.
Ano po? Yes, Coach, what were the evacuation protocols that you were given for this kind of situation? Because obviously, I don't know. Here, I don't know, Chal. Perhaps we were given notice.
We do get text messages also from the NDRMCC, I believe.
Normally for weather.
Usually for storms, weather.
And earthquakes.
So sa inyo po dyan, kamusta po? Ano po yung maybe paint the picture for us.
Yes.
Ano po ang nangyayari kapag may mga ganitong, how do you say this, events or catastrophe, I would call it, given that these are missiles?
For us po, it's more of staying indoors, staying at home. Of course, yung mga precautions na not to go outside. It's not strictly implemented, but it's frowned upon, I'd say, from the community here of, expats, majority of living here in Qatar.
Right.
Pero when you go outside, like yesterday, going to the office, it's like normal, but there's lesser people outside. Majority of people are now working from home. Like kami, if we need to, we're not actually required to go to the office, but because of the situation, we want to coordinate things. And actually here in Doha, everything is 5 minutes, 10 minutes away. So kapag sinabi namin na I'm 15, 20 minutes, it's outside or at the other end of Doha. So traffic here is really, really great. Actually, on a normal day, even before this situation happened. So anytime madaling makaikot. And so like, when that happened, I was within my family really within minutes.
Okay.
So, sa akin dito, it's like normal. It's just less than people outside.
Okay, so does it mean that the streets are clear or is it close to business as usual na ngayon sa Doha for most of
It's
the
like
private
close to
citizens?
business as usual yesterday.
Okay.
Okay.
Tapos, syempre, we have a lot of kabayans, Filipinos living in Doha. What did the government tell you in case of evacuation or measures to make sure that Filipino citizens are safe in Qatar?
So far, what we know is we have to register ourselves to the embassy. There's an online registry for dissemination of information. For repatriation, we heard about it, but we know that the airspace is closed. I think there's plans. But, we're ready. My family's ready. We have emergency bags here. We have informed our staff as well. We know that the energy sector has been hit, so we are preparing for hopefully not the worst, but nothing in particular in terms of we have to, of course, keep our phones charged. We have water in standby.
And emergency bags also.
But no need to panic buying actually here. When we went to the grocery, halos walang nagpa-panic buy.
Yes,
Everything is covered.
Coach, syempre in other countries, they are preparing for their citizens to travel by land to different countries that have open space, like Oman and those other countries. And some of the other countries that are close by have bunkers, basement shelters. Diyan ba sa inyo, do you guys have shelters provided by the Philippine government or the Qatari government?
So far, hindi kami aware of any bunkers here in Qatar. But of course, the next best thing is to go to a basement. Merong isang building dito close by to our house, to our flat. But for us, from what I heard from a friend, is we can travel to Saudi. That's the land border, of course, the only land border of Qatar. And so maybe that's the next best place to go. Because maliit talaga Doha.
Yes, Coach. You know, we see a lot of this in the news right now, but maybe you could just let us know about the exact feeling of being there and, you know, whether hearing or feeling the impact. Because even if these are intercepted, syempre these are airstrikes happening right above you. Do you hear it? Do you feel it? What is the sentiment of also of the Filipinos who are there?
Of course, when we hear those interceptions, we're worried kasi it's really loud and you can feel it sa windows, pader, sa walls, and but it's just a few. Mag-worry ka mainly if that happens. We just want to stay indoors because the government of Qatar has, if I'm not mistaken, they have tried to intercept offshore just to limit the debris. Actually, it's more of the debris of the missiles and their interceptions that we're worried for because kapag nahulog sa kotse, it can explode, which happened actually in a housing project here. And then, of course, may mga pwedeng malaglagan sa rooftops or nakikiusyoso sa kalye. So, when that happens, we just try to really stay indoors kasi it's really the debris.
Yes, Coach, we know that shrapnels are one of the leading causes of explosions on ground for some communities there in the Middle East, no, especially the Gulf area. But looking at it right now, as you said a while ago, it seems like it's pretty normal. But how do you see the situation evolving in the next coming weeks or months? Of course, the impact globally is travel and energy. Pero Jan, how do you see it evolving? Do you think this will be resolved soon?
We hope that it gets resolved soon because of majority of the items here. Of course, there are other Qatari-made products. Majority are imported. So of course, the prices have already started to go up, but not much. I think the government is controlling the prices here so that it's still affordable for majority of people. But of course, we want the airspace to open. We have, of course, staff trying to travel to the Philippines for graduation ng anak nila or relatives. And of course, we have family coming over here to spend time with us. It's mainly, we're praying that things don't escalate really quickly. I thought that actually it's just gonna be a week. And then now, hopefully, less than a month from what I heard from one of the speeches of Donald Trump.
Yes.
So,
yes.
He did mention that give it around 4 weeks, but we would never know. Siguro ang gusto na rin naming malaman, Coach, is kapag nagsama-sama kayo mga Pinoy dyan, I'm sure you're within a community as well. Ano ang mga napag-uusapan? May mga pagpaplano ba na nangyayari?
Actually, I spoke to a couple of friends namin ni Garrett here. And yun nga, lahat kami pare-pares actually similar in sympathies that we want to stay here. We feel safe actually here in Doha. And some are actually outside Doha because of, they're working at the energy sector. But they still feel secured. Wala naman kaming napag-usapan na we want to go to a different country to feel safer or to go back home.
Right.
But so far, the situation I think is really under control by the Qatari government. We really, really appreciate what they're doing to us.
Yes. Coach Saul, I mean, a lot of our kababayans live specifically in Qatar to make sure that their family members in the Philippines have a good life, no? That they work there, they send money home. What you just mentioned a while ago, that the prices are going up because a lot are imported, have actually made me worried. How this will impact lives here too on the daily basis. Do you think that our other kabayans, or perhaps even you, have already made sure that the families already know, or loved ones already know that there's going to be a little bit of crunch time?
Yes, actually, so far yung mga staff namin, na natanong ko lagi if they, what's the opinion of their families. They say that they speak to them on a day-to-day, every morning, or before their duty, after. They know that the implications of this one is not great. So hopefully, really hopefully that, the global price is actually, I've been on standby checking out crude oil prices because that affects shipping costs. And of course, that's a domino effect of what's gonna happen to the market. So hopefully, it's gonna end soon.
Okay, thank you so much, Coach Saul.
Thank you so much for sharing your experience. And of course, mag-ingat po kayong lahat dyan. Thank you so much. Once again, Coach Saul,
Ay,
all the
salamat.
way from Doha, Qatar. All right, everyone, now that we've heard from Coach
Yes,
Saul,
we're gonna be back in
we're
a
going
little
to
bit.
take a short break and the Daily Dish will be right back.
Okay, so earlier we were super excited. We told you about Plantation Bay in Cebu's famous kare-kare. And it's now available in your favorite supermarkets like Landmark, The Marketplace, and Shopwise Groceries.
And
super excited because Mo.
yes, you can also order online via Built-A-Mart, Pandamart, GrabMart, Metromart, Lazada, and Picaroo.
Yay!
Okay, can I read that? That's actually beef shank kare-kare, the ones that you guys were talking about. But speaking about food, of course, we'll also need our wonderful drinks. So thank you also to our daily sponsor, Zeus Coffee.
Thank you, Zeus Coffee.
For doing
Good
us
morning. Thank you also to Plantation Bay for the canned kare-kare shank.
Yeah,
Guys,
and
it's a must, promise.
it literally
I'm gonna
says
look for it.
I'm
deboned
going to be
beef.
taking home one right now.
It's a must.
And
a
it's
must.
good for 3 to 4 people. And there's
You could share this already, yes,
all
with the sauce as well.
stuff
Maybe you
is
can get
here.
one Zeus beside you.
Okay, here we go. So
Because
this is what keeps us full and awake today. Thank you so
Full
much, guys.
And awake. Zeus, and we've got, of course, Plantation Bay kare-kare. Okay, Mai,
All
exciting.
right, tomorrow on The Daily Dish, we'll speak with TV host and content creator Justin Quirino on hosting 101. We'll also talk to Kat Ilacad and Rach Stern about Ladies Let's Lead. This is a community for female leaders, entrepreneurs, and creators. Don't miss that at noon tomorrow.
Yes.
And that's it for us today, Wednesday, March 4. Join us again tomorrow for more Real Talk.
For a lot of spilled tea and kare-kare.
With Zero Filter, I'm Monique Tuzon-Basi. Anytime is a good time because there's always more fun with us.
And I'm Ferdi Salvador, always on top of the news and stories that matter most.
And I'm Chal Lontoc with my Zeus Coffee as well. Stay tuned to the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Thank you for making us your lunchtime companion always. I'm Mai Rodriguez. That's the Daily Dish. Serve!